going on, ladies and gentlemen? Back at you again, and I'm coming at you to break down this Boston game. And none of us should be surprised at this ending. We thought they would win this game, and boy, did they ever. Again, though, for the third time, the Pacers had a lead, and Boston came from behind and just bopped them in the head. The Pacers literally should be up 3-1 on this team if they had a player that knew how to close. They don't have a closer, and their coach just doesn't know when to call timeouts when he's supposed to. He just lets them ride out when it's chaotic, and this is the result. You lose close games in the end, and he's supposed to be a championship coach, and that shows you it's all rigged and scripted. If you win a championship, you've been battle tested, you've been through this situation. These are mistakes that you should not be making, but he's doing it on purpose. Boston played 8 deep. That ain't gonna work against the Mavericks, guys. I'm telling you right now, that shit ain't gonna fly. Tatum dropped 26, did his thing, missed a lot of threes. Jaylen Brown probably had the best game out of all of them. Let's see, Derek White did his thing. Drew Holiday did what he does, almost had a triple-double. Well, no, he didn't. I thought he had 9 assists, 8 rebounds. And then we had Al Horford. That's what Al Horford should be doing, 7 points. That's more like him. And against the Mavericks, he shouldn't be scoring a goddamn thing. I don't want to count the Timberwolves out, but it's never been done before. If they let the Timberwolves win 4 straight games, then the Timberwolves are winning the championship. Because you wouldn't have a team do that just to lose. That would just show the triumphantness of them. And it would also show an epic collapse of the Mavericks. I'm not seeing a collapse happen here, guys. The Mavericks, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I'll say the T-Wolves are demoralized. We're going to get into them in a minute. We look at Boston. They made 14 threes and they shot 44 of them, boys. I don't think that works against these Western Conference teams, guys. You can't settle on the 3-point shot 44 times. If you do that, you ain't going to beat the Mavericks doing that because their wing defenders are really, really good. So they're going to keep on you and they're going to contest those shots. You ain't going to get all those type of shots you were getting against this bad Pacers defense. This defense is probably one of the top 5 worst defenses in the entire NBA. And this is who the Pacers were struggling, or the Celtics were struggling to beat. If the Celtics are struggling to beat this team, what do you think's going to happen against the Mavericks? And the crazy part is everybody's going to pick the Celtics because they have the best record. They got home court, and none of that means anything. It doesn't. They're not battle tested. They've been to the finals. But it was against a much different league. They couldn't even beat Steph Curry, and that team was old. Now this team's a young team. They're built really well, guys. They got 2 superstars, and they got role players that all play their roles to a T. It's hard to beat a team like that. It really is. Boston, it's just a bunch of players put together. It's not really like a cohesive team. Their bench, there's no cohesiveness. It's just kind of like this coach is just trying things. Let's see if this works. Let's see if that works. Mavericks, Jason Kidd, he knows what he's got with his players. It's almost like he's another player out there. It's almost like he's out there with the guys battling. Then they trust him. Everything he calls, they go 100% with it. They believe in this man. I don't think the Celtics believe in Mazzulla. Mazzulla's never played in this league. So why would you believe in a player like that or a coach like that? You wouldn't. Now you look at Indianapolis, they only made 10 threes. They shot almost 30 of them. It's just nothing good, guys. 14 turnovers. Boston had, 11. So, again, you lose the turnover game. You lose the 3-point game. Free throw game, you made 1 more. Field goals, you made just as many, but they made more 3-pointers than you, and you couldn't stop them late, and you made too many turnovers late, and that's the ball game. That's what it's been every game. The Pacers are loose with the ball late with the lead, and they lose the lead, and the Boston Celtics take the lead and win. That's what it's been every game. Every game has looked that same way. The Pacers should be winning 3-1, but since they have no closers and a terrible coach, they lose. Now let's talk about the game tonight. We got the T-Wolves versus the Mavericks. I could be disrespectful. I could just say that Dallas is just going to stomp on them, squeeze their necks as hard as they can, and just right through their Adam's apple. But I think that Minnesota is going to get one, right? They got to get one, right? One, they can't just get swept like they're the Pacers. If they can't get even one game, guys, this would be a stain on Anthony Edwards' legacy. It really is. Like, I just don't know what to say. It's a big disappointment, guys. It's been a really fucking big disappointment watching this. I thought we were going to get 7 games. I mean, we still could. They still could put a rabbit out of their hat. The NBA could. They could just write something crazy to keep us watching until next Thursday, because they ain't going to move that finals game up. All the tickets and everything is in stone. So tonight, I think Dallas is going to close it out. I think they're at home. Minnesota's demoralized. And we already got a story set. It's a better story, a better matchup. Dallas versus the Celtics. Timberwolves versus the Celtics. I think the Timberwolves probably beat them the first game, and then the Celtics probably figure them out, because it's just the big men you got to figure out. And once you get by them, it's over. And the Mavericks have completely dismembered them. And you better believe Luka Doncic is going to attack Al Horford any chance he gets. He's going to attack Al Horford, and he's going to attack Porzingis every opportunity. And they're going to look just like Gobert did, lost. I don't give a damn what anyone says. It's going to be very fun to watch. I mean, I got the Mavericks winning the whole goddamn thing. That's just on me, guys. I don't know. They could lose, but on paper and not off paper, they're a better team than the Celtics. The Celtics, they don't have the wing defenders that they do. They have the shooting. They have the young guys. They have the stamina. They have the length. But they don't have the girth on the inside. And Mavericks, they have literally A-tier, top-tier rim protection. This is probably the best rim protecting team behind the Minnesota. I'd say they're actually probably very close. But I'd take the Mavericks right now because they're younger, with lively 7'1" with those long arms, almost an 8-foot wingspan. He protects that rim, and Gafford too, but you could say Lively's better than him. And then they got all those PJ Washington 6'8", and then you got Derrick Jones, another 6'8" guy, long, lengthy. Lucas 6'7", Kyrie 6'3". So these brothers are going to come out to play. Even if they lose tonight, they're going to close it out in 5 regardless. Either way, there's no way I see the Timberwolves coming back. I will bite my tongue if they do win in 4 games, and I'll have to tip my hat to Anthony Edwards if he can pull that off. But no one has ever done this. Not LeBron, not Kobe, not MJ, not Wilt, not Kareem, not Magic. You understand what I'm saying? So if none of those guys have done it, why the hell would we think this guy would? But it still could happen, though. But other than that, boys, I'm taking the Mavericks. Even though I think Minnesota's going to win tonight, I'm still going to take the Mavericks. Other than that, boys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.